What if the most dangerous red flag in your relationship isn't a slap, but a sigh? The sigh that you make when you give in, not because you want to, but because the pressure feels inescapable. Today, I'll be talking about decoding the hidden language of sexual coercion, the subtle scripts that replace consent with compliance. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Kate Balestrieri, a licensed psychologist, certified sex therapist, and the founder of Modern Intimacy, a sex and couples therapy practice that has clinicians nationwide. And today I want to talk about a topic that often lives in the shadows of people's relationships, sexual coercion. So many people come to our office not with stories of obvious force, but with a quiet, lingering discomfort, a feeling that something in their intimate life isn't quite right, but they can't name what it is. They often say things like, I consented, but I felt pressured. But I was afraid to say no, but I just wanted it to be over. If you've ever had a but after intimacy, then this conversation might be for you. I'm going to walk through 5 ways to understand and identify coercive dynamics. And my goal here is to provide you with clear, trauma-sensitive language and concepts so you can better understand your own experiences. There's no shame here, only information and clarity. First, let's reframe consent from a trauma-informed and ethical standpoint. Genuine consent is not the absence of a no. It is an active, enthusiastic, and ongoing presence of a yes. So let's start with number 1, the yes test. Is consent freely given and enthusiastic? So ask yourself, was my yes said with a sense of freedom and genuine desire, or was it said to end a conversation, avoid conflict, or fulfill an expectation? Coercion lives in the gap between a resigned okay and an enthusiastic yes. It's crucial to remember that for people facing systemic inequities like racism, ableism, or economic insecurity, the freedom to say no without devastating consequences can be really limited. A true yes requires real safety and real choice. In other words, if you can't say no without negative consequences, your yes may not be valid. Number 2, take a quick audit of the power dynamic in the relationship. Is there any manipulation or pressure? Coercion is often an abuse of power, not just physical power. It can be emotional. You might hear things like, "You do this if you loved me." It can exploit a known trauma or vulnerability. And it can look like overwhelming someone with affection and then withdrawing it if they don't comply. These tactics create a psychological cage where agreeing feels like the only way to stay safe or loved. So you might ask yourself, is this a partnership of equals, or is one person steering the other person's choices through pressure? Number 3, the consequence check. So what happens if you say no? In a non-coercive dynamic, a no is respected. In a coercive one, a no comes with a price, either stated or unstated. That price might be a partner's anger, sulking, threats to leave, to withhold resources, or damage to your reputation. The core question is, can I refuse this without fear of retaliation, abandonment, or harm? If the answer is no, then the environment itself is likely coercive. Number 4, let's do a check on the communication climate. Ask yourself, can I speak my truth without fear? Healthy intimacy requires a foundation where both people can express discomfort, change their mind, or ask to stop and be met with care and respect. A sign of coercion is a climate of walking on eggshells, where you silence your own no to keep the peace. Your body and your boundaries should never be treated as an inconvenience. And number 5, the narrative probe. You might ask yourself, am I asking from a place of desire or from a place of should? Many coercive scripts are woven into societal stories. The idea that sex is a marital duty, that's how you keep a partner, or that refusing to be sexual makes you a prude or broken. Coercion internalizes these shoulds, and ethical intimacy is built on mutual desire, not on obligation, guilt, or the need to prove your worth or love. So if any of these points resonate with you, please know this: your feelings are valid. Confusion, doubt, and that gut sense of unease are really important signals. Coercion is designed to make you doubt your own reality. Naming it is the first step toward reclaiming your clarity and agency. This can feel heavy, so if you need to take a pause here, you might want to take a breath, and this information is here for you whenever you're ready. If you need support, please feel free to reach out to the confidential and trauma-informed resources in the caption below. Or seek out a therapist who specializes in trauma and uses a feminist, culturally responsive approach. Our team is happy to help if it feels aligned. You do not have to navigate this alone. Understanding these patterns isn't about labeling every past experience. It's about equipping you with knowledge for your future, knowledge about what safe, respectful, and truly consensual connection can and ought to feel like. You deserve nothing less. Your yes should feel like a choice, not a concession.